Now we're adding detailed bits to the Dinky Dino. I'll try and zoom in. But if you can see on the front here, there's some connections. I don't know whether for lifting the body or towing or whatever. I'd probably say more for lifting the body, possibly. So in the design we have come up with this part, and there it is printed. Now I've designed it with a tab because I thought if I just weld it on just an edge, it's going to be very weak on the front of the body. So what I've now got to do, it's not going to be easy, but I've got to carefully drill and file a slot 4 times and fit 4 of these to the front. So I'm going to get on with that, and that's the first part of putting some detail onto this body. Well, small details I should say. There we go, the holes are done. What I did was make the lines. I know there's loads of lines, but it was trying to work out where I wanted them. And all I did was do a line and then drill with a 1.5mm drill, 4 holes, 1 at each end and 2 others, and then I enlarged it to 2mm because that's the width of the bits of plastic I designed. There are 2. And then just use the drill to gently cut through the holes to link them all up, and then finish with a little flat file. And then all I've got to do now is glue these on like so, and that'll be all those little tabs done. It took some time, but like I said, it really adds some detail to this front little piece here. So now that's done, I'll, like I said, glue them into place and get on to the next part. There they are, they're nicely in, all 4 of them. Next we've got to fit this piece of 3D printed trim. That's got to be welded in place. I'd say about there I'm going to do it. I've just got to set up a gauge so the height is correct when it goes on. And that's that part, and then we'll get on to the next part, which is it's a sort of socket that's in the centre here. So let's get this welded on and we'll move on to that. Now the next part, which goes above the bit of trim line I just put in, this is the socket. And the first part I made, because it's a double part, was this little piece here. If I can get it into there. That is angled to fit square on the front. And then what I'm going to do is drill through for the second part, which is the socket cap, lift up socket cap. And that's that piece, and that will glue onto it to finish it off. And like I said, it's long, so I can drill through and that will pin into the body. See? And that should hopefully stop that being knocked off. I haven't done it with everything, but that is the part to fit. You can see from the picture it fits above that trim, because it's not accurate the way I've done it. I'm slightly off, but it's all down to sort of design and everything. So let's get these parts welded on, and then we can get on to the next stage. So there we go, the socket's nicely in the middle now. I've also, what was the printer running, I was making some extension blocks for the lights. It just sort of Frenched the front ones in a bit, like the picture, so I'm happy with that. Now the next part, let's put the car out the way. Is the lamp. I've gone a bit overzealous with it. I'm not going to show you the design, but there, that's the piece I'm going to fit. It should have been a little bit thinner. It looks like an oversized camera, don't it, on the quiet. But gonna weld that on. But even these are slightly different on the trains. I think different widths, possibly. So that is that size. No, it might be a bit too wide, but I've made them now, so I'm just going to go with it, because you'd have to be 100% accurate, because it is like a look-alike of. But this is the first glimpse of the paint job I'm heading towards colour-wise, so that's good. There we go, we've got one of those light units at the back to match in with the chopped down roof, and there's the front one, so I'm happy with that. Now we've got to make a bar. It varies from train to train, the bars, but I want to, as you can guess, for us we keep it simple. And if you look at this bar, you can see it runs up and around. That I don't like, because it's going to bend too easy. That's the one I'm going to go for. It's just the simple one, like that, across the front. So I've just got to make that up and fit that on, and I'll show you what I'm hopefully going to use. Hopefully it's not too thick. Now, to make the bar across the front, I'm lucky. I still have 2 or 3 of these old coat hangers, wire ones. You don't see them around so much now. The only problem with them though, you have to scrape the paint off, because it just cracks really badly and it's quite thick, and not in helping it, even where you want sort of chip paint and all that, it is that way too thick. But there we go, a simple bent bar, and that should hopefully, if I've got my measurements pretty good, should just glue into there nicely. Might need a slight adjustment. Hopefully not too much. But that will be glued across. So as much as you try, you can even get the holes slightly off. There we go. That's the bar. So that'll just be super glued in place, and that finishes this front end. I'm not putting anything else on. I don't think it needs more. But it's like all these bits just add detail. So I'll glue that and then we'll make the next ones. There we go, the handrails are fitted. I made some simple flanges. They're 5.5 with a tube of 4 with a 2.2 sort of inner diameter, so the metal of these coat hangers chopped down fits nicely. Same on the sides. So that completes it for this video. We've put a lot of detailed little parts on, and I'll take as usual a couple of good pictures to put at the end of the video.